The international community has pledged a $23 billion facility to aid African countries in tackling climate change. The chairperson of the Committee of African Heads of State on Climate Change, President William Ruto, has affirmed that the continent will follow through the decisions of the Africa Climate Summit.
The Africa Climate Summit has called on the global community to act with urgency in reducing greenhouse gas emissions as envisioned in the Kyoto Protocol and the Paris Agreement. In a declaration read out by President William Ruto, the African leaders urged the global community to fulfill their obligations in financing both climate change mitigation and adaptation measures.
We are aware of the unjust configuration of multilateral institutional frameworks that perpetually place African nations on the back foot through costly financing, which plunge our economies into debt trap and deny them resources needed to mitigate and adapt in response to climate change.
The summit called for phasing down coal and the abolishment of fossil fuel subsidies and to operationalize the loss and damage facility agreed upon in COP27.
We demand a fair playing ground for our countries to access the investment needed to unlock the potential and translate it into opportunities.
The African states, under the auspices of the African Union Commission, committed to implementing policies that attract green development funding while strengthening actions aimed at reducing biodiversity loss.
We are therefore determined to have difficult conversations, take hard decisions, and make uncomfortable changes to set international consensus on an Afrocentric and globally inclusive path into an African future.
Earlier, the president once again called for the reformation of the reforms of the multilateral architecture of the financial institutions to provide for affordable credit to developing countries, most of which are in Africa.
We have challenged the international community to exercise a level of imagination in governance and climate action that is commensurate with the imperatives to overcome the immense existential challenges of our time.
Climate change is now a national, continental, and global issue. And with the political support and the financial support that is coming in, we are on our way to tackling climate change. On this last day of the African Climate Summit, it is our hope that we are now together on this journey. I'm Judith Akolo at the Kenyatta International Convention Center.